So my twin I met when I was 12 years old. In my hometown, we had like a little kids chat line I met him on. And little did I know he ended up being one of my cousin's best friends. So my lovely cousin, God rest his soul, let him come over to my grandmother's house so I can meet my twin in person. And I was so shy around him. And then, we was kind of like inseparable. Like I used to write his name over everything on the windowsill in my room, all over my stuff at school. Like I was head over heels for my twin. He would come pick me up from school sometimes because he was a bad kid, so he got getting in trouble. Which I understand why he was like that, but we all have wounds, and I'll get into that later. But yeah, he come pick me up from school, skipping school, come pick me up and walk me home, and he just felt so proud about that, And then, when it came to my virginity, I told him that I wasn't ready, but he already was out here batting and bopping when we was little tweens. So I broke up with him the first time, and we reconnected again when I was about 11th grade. And this is when I went down bad, child. I used to sneak that man in my house, or my room in the basement, let him sleep there many a nights. Snuck him in the house. Yes, I did. Yeah, I did, child, because that was my heart. That was my twin. I didn't know that at the time. But yeah, child, hiding weapons, honey. I was a track queen, child. I was a little track queen. Little did I know. But yeah, so it came to one night he was there, and I had my own phone in my room, but my mom tried to give us a little something. But I was like, I wasn't the only one who was stirring stuff like that, I'm sure. But yeah, this girl called looking for him at 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, the fuck? How does this bitch get my phone number? Talking about where better than at? I'm pregnant, and I'm 16 at the time. Heartbroken to pieces, and I blacked. Oh, I blacked the fuck out. I came and got my homegirl. She was a teen mom, so she had shitty diapers already. We loaded shitty diapers up. We had eggs, we had water. Riding down the street looking for this motherfucker. Bah, 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 bah. Hey yo, you know where that? Then this nigga street cred so ass. These niggas like, yeah, he over there. Yeah, the nigga right the fuck on up. That's how you know he been surrounding himself by fuck niggas from the beginning, and he never learned that lesson at this big old age. I'm fucking damn near 4 years old. 4 decades later. But anywho, he come out the house with the girl. I want to hop out the whip and beat her ass, because I've seen her nasty ass before, and she was a scumbag whoremonger. The first karmic of our life. So yeah, they doing a walk of shame. I'm shooting all the shitty diapers at them, throwing water and eggs. They doing a walk of shame, and sped out that nigga life from there until we reconnected again. We always finding each other. He finding me, I'm finding him. He found me again. Yeah, social media probably, Facebook had started coming out at the college, and I had went to college and everything. And social media and Facebook came out. I was in college when Facebook first started. Like, you could only get on there with a college email. Don't I look good for my age? But yeah, so he found me again, and by this time I had just had my daughter, who's 13 now. So I just had my daughter, so we was reconnecting. She was just like a baby still. Like, she wasn't even 1 year old yet. And I was ready to leave my daughter dad. he went and had another baby by this karmic ass whore that ruined his life, according to him. But you had another baby with her. Like, niggas is a glutton for punishment. So he went and had 2 kids with this bitch, and then she just was taking his ass up through there. Okay, I'm talking about take me through there. Okay, that nigga love going up through there. He been in love with that. But anywho, me and him reconnected, but he just didn't want to commit. He didn't want to commit. He just loved being a thotty body. So I moved on with my life, and then I met my son's dad. One of my biggest karmics. He's not the worst, but he's not the best. And he's not good either. He just, so, but that hurt him, my twin, when he found out that I was pregnant, because that was the time he wanted to come back. And I was pregnant. I just found out I was pregnant, and me and him had already kind of hooked up. I was leaving my baby dad because I found out he was a thotty body. At the same time, I found out I was pregnant. Ain't karma funny like that? So, and my baby dad was over here, had a whole secret life already. Living with his baby mama. I'm thinking he lived with his mama. I'm taking him to his mama's house, but he really lived with his baby mama, child. So that was that. So I left him. He didn't want to be involved like that. So I was like, all right, fuck it. I'm going to take care of mine regardless. That's what I do. That's what real ones do. But my twin was unhappy because he felt like I should have waited for him to make up his mind. Like very selfishly. He thought I was going to wait. So he was really upset. And then he thought, maybe the baby could have been his. He wished it was his, which I wished it was his at the time. I wished it was his. Like, I wish it was like, I wanted it to work, but he just wasn't ready when I was ready. We wasn't like never 2 ships passing in the night, child. Always something coming in between us, like the real twin journey, our whole life. So we separated again. Then he met his biggest karmic, which he kind of already was messing with that big ass karmic. She already been plotting on me since then. Since we was like in our 20s. So he had met her shortly after he had left this first karmic and had them 2 kids with her. He met big Karmisha. So by the time me and him reconnected again, I was like 28 when I had my son. So he had been knowing Karmisha ass for a long time. So he just went and swooped through. Went over there, we got into a toxic ass 10-year-long relationship with Karmisha. Never, like, it was like situationship. He didn't want to marry her. He never felt like he wanted to get married. He just said it's never felt like it was anybody he wanted to marry. He picked her, thought she was a good person. I don't know how. The motherfucker had, blinders on, and the bitch been doing spell work on him niggas since she met him. Because she knew his destiny and she knew who I was in the spirit. Not, it wasn't clicking in the physical, but in the spirit, because he always told these bitches about me. He told every bitch he was with, not serious or not. He rarely had serious relationships. He told every bitch about me. And I'm like, why the fuck you keep these bitches my business, like, discussing me? And this particular karmic, big Karmisha, found a letter I wrote him when we was kids. And I think that's what triggered the whole karmic fall. That was when the plot started, I feel like. So 10 years go by. Here go my twin looking for me. Started this year in February. Found me. He don't use social media like that, but he done made one just to find me. And I was just like, that was weird, because I was looking for him too a couple of times. I hit up his family members. I thought he was married and going on about his business. I was ready to just, because I didn't realize he was my twin. I thought somebody else before him was my twin, but that was actually my karmic activator. Yes, honey. So that's another thing. sometimes you're going to have a soulmate that activates your awakening, because that happened in 2020. Literally during the pandemic, I met this person and it became my gifts turned online, honey. I started having visions and all that stuff of this man with that monkey on his back, the soulmate I was with. I'm like, he looked like a skeleton. Like I could see he looked like a grim reaper. Like he started to look dead. Like sometimes he looked like he had like 3 different entities attached to him, because he would look like 3 different people sometimes in pictures and videos. And I thought that was so weird, and I didn't know what the hell it was. So I started going to this tarot reader in my hometown, Maddie. And I know a lot of people. I know Karmisha used her because she was picking up on her energy the whole time. I thought she was talking about the soulmate. She telling me about my twin and his Karmisha that he done had a baby with. Anyway, so come to present day. These big Karmisha didn't like that I clocked her tea about being a witch early on, because I felt her energy. I never met Karmisha, never seen her a day in my life until recently. But he would talk to me and tell me about their relationship and like how things was, and I'm like, she sound like the type that if I can't have you, nobody else will. And boy, what the fuck was I right? But the thing is, she was like that about him and me. And the reason being is because Karmisha, who floats between masculine and feminine, because she is bisexual and she can sometimes operate highly out of her masculine energy. So she'll show up in my readings as a masculine, like a King of Wands reverse or something sometimes. But then also like a Queen of Cups reverse or whatever, because she can float. She's a shapeshifter. She can, manipulate energy and mask very well, which is how she fooled my twin, I guess. And that motherfucker gets when activating, because he was in low vibe energy the entire time. He was being low vibe. So that motherfucker couldn't get it. Ciao. So Karmisha doing spell work on this man, love spells, kind of nasty shit, low vibe shit on the man, child. Got him doing third parties, poly day and a poly child, just smashing it up around the city. I would have never thought. So he wanted me to enjoy him in a poly with them. Like he asked me about it, and I'm like, no. Absolutely the fuck not. I don't be sharing. I'm not sharing. Like, you know how much shit is out here. He acted like he was so clean too. Like this is something like he would like he was clean, baby. Wipe me down. And absolutely not. Like he out here hitting everything raw. Her and him, both of them out here raw dogging it up. But I was covered. And you know how I can tell? Like when your body will reject somebody. My body does this all the time, especially if you have unprotected sex with somebody and you like get like sick or whatever, or you get UTI or BV or something. That is a spiritual sign from the divine that person is out here doing too much with their parts, and they transferring energy, negative, toxic, nasty energy to you. And me being the lightning pole that I am as a damn chosen one, I was like, oh no, something right here. He tried to attach something to me to siphon my energy, because after he left, he came to visit me. We hung out, had a good little weekend. After he left me, I started feeling weird and extra sexual or whatever for like a week time. And I'm like, And I was taking some edibles. I'm like, this can't be no fucking edibles, because this is just too much. This is too much. Yeah, they were siphoning my energy, and it made my dopamine went down. And I was just feeling weird. But I'm so in tune with my body. Like, it started with my womb, because that's your sacral space is where they try to attach the cord. Witchy Poo is the one who sent him to me, because, like I said, she wanted to be in a poly, so she sent him to me. Like she said, I'll let him come to you, so she put roots on his ass so he could come to me and put roots on me through my sacral energy in my womb space, so she could go back and withdraw it out of him. Like he was just a damn host. And I was surprised the whole time, lo and behold, what he didn't know, even though he my DM, she really my karmic. And that's because in my past life, she was my man. That's why she can operate between masculine and feminine. That's why she's so attracted and so lusty and obsessed with me. Because in a past life, she was my man. And she was obsessed with me, like, in that life. And she used my DM in the past life to harm me. Now, I'm still breaking down my past life regressions, but I was a white woman back then, so this had to be like, in the 50s, 60s, segregation time. They was black. They were black, yeah. But I was a white woman. That motherfucker killed my ass, and that's why we in this place today, because of past life karma. And that motherfucker hated my ass then, and she hate me now because she loved me. She hate me because she loved me, which is insane. And this 7 of Wands, I won't go nowhere, don't know, because this is me. Guarded, child. I don't want none of it. Back the fuck up. So this is what I want to say about twins. My twin has fallen at the end of the day. He bound himself to Satan, and so his soul, and they both were projecting magic at me. As you can see, he was a willing participant to come try to bind me to her, to allow me to be siphoned so they can swap my destiny. He was a part of that, and he attacked his own twin because he was already, brainwashed for money. Material shit that ain't gonna matter once we get up off this earth. When God judges your soul at the end of your life, what you gonna say? When you sacrifice your twin, and your destiny too, your own damn destiny, you sacrifice the child. So I just wanna say, y'all, one thing: you don't hold on to your twin. You still, if your twin choose Satan, you still need to go on to your divine purpose. Because, baby, one thing you don't want is when it's judgment o'clock, you don't want to be on the wrong side of the law. And that's the spiritual law. Okay? So I want to show y'all how to recognize your twin, because everybody not a twin. Unfortunately, everybody is not a twin, and I know it's all over the place. Everybody don't have a twin. Some of y'all just have soulmates, a high level, soulmate connections. But the only way to know if you have a twin is you need their birth chart, and you need to be able to see their transits and line it up with your chart and see how it all makes sense. My twin, we have the same north node. That means we also have the same south node. Our transits coincide. We got the same destiny. We literally had the same destiny. We just have for me, a karmic moon, which was our fight, which is why, it was so hard for us to come together. His moon was in Taurus. And Taurus is my arch nemesis in this lifetime, because guess what? Karmisha is a Taurus. And guess who also was a Taurus? My first soulmate, who activated me on my spiritual my spiritual journey. So Taurus is a karmic, for me, in this lifetime, it's a karmic sign. Whether it's sun, moon, rising, or Venus, honey. So this is why it's so important to get into your birth chart so you can understand what your purpose is here on this life, okay? So our birth chart was in alignment, our transits, and everything. It's just like, even so, with our birth charts, I would look at our birth charts and then see what's going on in the astrology right now. Like, what's going on. The moon cycles and what Saturn doing in retrograde and all that type of stuff. But not only that, my twin is a Cancer rising, Capricorn rising. So the synchronicity is that we had the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. That's a global synchronicity. Divine feminine, divine masculine. They're opposite polars on the globe. And there's this card, right? Divine feminine. That's my initial. Divine masculine. That's his initial. On the High Priestess card, because we have the gifts. Literally encoded from my birth chart to the damn tarot cards. Like, this was my twin, and he sacrificed his own destiny for the devil, and now suffering because God gave up. God said, "You don't choose me, I don't choose you. I let Satan do his way with you." So, and that's why it's important for you to make sure you don't abandon your mission for your twin and then let grief overtake you, because that's not going to get you nowhere in the spirit. Now, I was able to fight all these little attacks. They still be trying to attack me. Child, look at Siri. Ooh, child, look at baby. Siri, what you trying to look for?
Something went wrong.
I know it did. Yeah, honey, something went wrong, baby. And he want to try again, but the time is up. Spirit said it is too late. You done started sacrificing kids with Karmisha. That's going to come out. Like, when you violate spiritual law, like the innocent, when you violate the innocent children, especially your own blood that you gave birth to, God, see, that's it. Like, the ancestors give up. Everybody step back and let the devil have your way, because you wanted to win at all costs, right? That's what you wanted. Conflict. To be the Hierophant in reverse, right? You want to use your spiritual gifts to win in the devil. Yeah. So him and Karmisha, a karmic couple, baby, she wanted him because she didn't want me to have him, because I was actually the target. Because the divine feminine, right? I was the target. The divine feminine has been the suppressed character throughout all of, religion and spiritual history, like Mary Magdalene and all of that. They try to suppress it. So that's why the divine feminine has to be the one to awaken the divine masculines, and so on and so forth. I'm gonna get into that another time, because I really just wanted to come out here and say that if your twin go down the wrong road, you just make sure you keep moving, because the divine will give you a replacement. Whether little do your twin know. Like, the mission don't stop because you fail. You just fail. Like, this shit still got the train's still rolling. Okay, I still got work to do out here in this world. So my new partner, take over the throne, covered with sacrifice for materialistic shit, and those wounds from childhood were never healed, which allowed this same devil that you bound yourself to now to infiltrate your life. And that's why it's so important to heal and not blame. Everybody go through shit, sexual abuse, and then you become the sexual abuser to your own blood and sacrifice them for spell work and working for some money. Yeah, that's a violation of spiritual law. You're not, and then unaliving people as well together. Like the divine didn't see it, and that you were still going to get a blessing? Like he was gonna allow you to sacrifice me next? Absolutely the motherfuck not. Goofy goober? Anywho, y'all. Like, share, and subscribe if you would like to. If not, I don't care. It's fine. See you next time, though. Toodles!